G'day, g'day, g'day. This is Charlie, and I'm coming to you today from my locals community with your daily dose of business inspiration. Come on over and join me at askcharlieleetham.locals.com. You can join the community for free. You can become a supporter for $2 US per month. That will allow you access to supporter only content, the ability to add comments to the conversations that are already ongoing, and to start your own conversations. It also helps me keep creating content like this, like my podcast and like my tutorials. Let's get on with today's daily dose of business inspiration, though, and I'm going to start by asking you if you know the story of HubSpot. Let me give you a bit of a story here. I like my stories, as you probably gather. Brian Halligan was is the CEO and co-founder of HubSpot. He introduced a series of initiatives around gratitude in the business. One of the things he did was Gratitude Week, where every day employees were encouraged to publicly acknowledge and thank their colleagues for their contribution. Now, Brian himself, Halligan, led by example, sharing stories of employees' hard work and success during the company-wide meetings. Additionally, he had a gratitude wall created within the office space, and employees could post messages of appreciation there. Now, the benefit of all of that was that it transformed the HubSpot work culture. Employees felt more connected with each other. Their morale went up and their feelings of burnout went down. So overall, he ended up with a much better organizational culture. He ended up with a much more engaged worker population, and the staff didn't feel as stressed or as burnt out or as tired as they were. So why am I talking about gratitude? Well, that's today's topic, isn't it? Topic number 162, the power of gratitude in leadership. Now, I know I've spoken about this before, and I know I've encouraged everyone to come across and join in the gratitude game on Locals. It is a pinned post when you come into the community. You can add a comment there and tell people what you're grateful for, who you're grateful for, what you're grateful for. Anything, really. I mean, the other day, Gail came in and said, I'm grateful that I have enough. That day, right at the moment that she was thinking about that, she had enough. She had enough in life. She had enough love, enough work, enough happiness, and she was just grateful that she could be at that point. And I think that's a really lovely thing to be grateful for. But why is gratitude in leadership so important, and why did I share that story with you? Well, let's have a look at a few things here. The first thing it does is it strengthens relationships through gratitude. You can build trust and respect, you enhance communications, and you deepen connections. So when you start expressing gratitude, and that might be something as simple as thank you for doing that job. Now, I'm going to ask you, how many times have you said to someone, thank you for doing that? And they've said, but that's my job. Like, well, yes, it is. But does that mean I don't say thank you? Does that mean I shouldn't say thank you for doing that? Like, I get people say to me within my own family, within my own friend circle, you don't need to thank me for that. No, I don't need to. You're entirely correct, but I want to. I want to say thank you because I see you and I appreciate you. So expressing the gratitude helps build trust and mutual respect. It helps your team members feel appreciated, and they're more likely to actually trust you as their leadership, as their management, and collaborate better with you. Isn't that amazing? Enhancing communication. I speak about, I'm trying to stop all of that. I speak about this a lot. One of the things as leaders that we have to do is get our communications good, better, excellent. And one of the things that we need to do is make sure we have open and positive communications with our team members. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have bad things to say or bad information to give them or bad feedback to give them. But by having open and positive communications, it does make those ones a lot easier to do. Now, by regularly acknowledging contributions and efforts by your team members, you as a manager are going to create an environment where your team members feel comfortable in sharing their ideas and feedback. It's silly, but yeah, I appreciate you. I see you. Thank you so much. Just really simple words that you can use when you're talking to them about things. If they bring something to you that is really horrible and you really didn't want to hear it, make sure you say thank you though. Like, the number of times I've had to say to someone, "Look, I know you're not gonna wanna hear this, but you need to. This is broken, or this isn't working, or so and so is not really happy in doing what they're doing." And the times that it's worked best for me is when my manager at the time said, "Thanks for doing that. I know you didn't have to, and I know it was pretty difficult doing it, but thank you. I'll deal with it." And then, of course, it helps deepen connections. These regular expressions of thanks and gratitude help to connect your team better. It helps you to connect with your team and your team to connect within themselves better. So that's one of the things that gratitude in leadership does. There's a couple of other things, and I'm going to sort of just, I'm not going to go into as much depth on this because it's really rehashing a lot of what we've already said here. But you're going to inspire loyalty and engagement, and you're going to foster a positive work culture. Think about it. If what you're doing is boosting your morale and your motivation by saying thank you, by letting people feel that they are actually valued for the contribution they're giving you, it's going to boost your morale and your motivation. It's going to reduce your turnover because people who feel valued in a job are likely to stay there longer, or doing things or working with a team are likely to stay there longer. The other thing that does is it encourages initiative. If a team member feels that they're not going to get roused on, and for those of you that don't do the Australian vernacular, roused on means yelled at, told off, have someone be grumpy at them. If they're not going to get in trouble, if they're going to be met with something positive when they start to try and do something, they're going to try and do things more often. Now, I could bring in a heap of dog training analogies here because this is some of the things that we do with dog training. But I wouldn't have called it gratitude with dog trainings. I would have called it positive reinforcement. And I guess that's exactly what it is. That the gratitude is a positive reinforcement. Fostering a positive work culture. You're going to create a supportive environment, and that's going to happen whether you are there or not. That support is going to be there whether you are there or not, whether you are present or not. If you can get your employees to be grateful for each other, or your team members to be grateful for each other, they're going to want to support each other. You're going to promote well-being. Regularly expressing gratitude contributes to positive and healthy work environments. It's going to reduce the stress, and overall, it's going to enhance well-being. And that is going to lead to higher job satisfaction and productivity. And finally, you set a positive example. You, as the leader, because this is what we're talking about, leadership expressing gratitude, leadership-led gratitude, if you like. Leaders who practice gratitude and who implement gratitude practices within their own work practices, within their own daily routine, are setting a positive example for their team. So you're going to lead by example by setting that positive example, by setting that positive situation up. And that, honestly, it won't work for everyone, but you will find that a lot of your team, a lot of your employees will just start to naturally follow your behavior. If you are out there saying, "Hey, thanks for that. Hey, that was a really good job. Hey, I want to shout out to so and so for helping me," lost my hand there, "for helping me do this, or helping, so and so do this," it's just going to automatically generate that within your own business, within your own teams. Now, isn't that fantastic? So tell me, guys, Do you practice gratitude within your own business? Do you lead by example? Do you have a gratitude wall set up somewhere where people can just go and stick up a note somewhere? I mean, you could quite simply set that up as a blog post on an intranet somewhere and say, just add a comment anytime you want someone, you want to call, shout out to someone, tag them. If you're running Slack or Discord or one of the myriad of instant messaging tools that we've got that we've implemented within our businesses, do you have a specific channel where where you yourself as a leader does shout outs on a daily basis, not just on a weekly basis or a monthly basis or when you think about it, but on a daily basis? And do you encourage your employees to do the same thing? I would love your feedback on it. So let me know. Come across to Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Join the conversation there. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what's worked, what doesn't work, whether you're confused on anything here. I'd love the feedback. I would love to have a conversation about it. And as always, please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. If you can leave a review wherever you're watching or listening to this, I would really appreciate it. It really does help me hone my content better for you. And finally, if you know someone that would benefit from this type of information today, please share this podcast on. And I will see you all tomorrow for topic number 163. The importance of work-life balance. Thanks. Bye.